One breath challenges have been really popular on social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Of course, they are super fun to do because you can see how long you can go without taking a breath while singing. But should you do them for like a technical reason? Does it help you improve your breathing, or is it just for fun? That's what we're gonna look at today, and I have a new one breath challenge for you as well. Hey there singers, it's Lara from VoxTape Studios, an online studio where we help transform shy and aspiring singers into confident and authentic artists. Breathing and singing is something almost every student that I work with mentions to me. They're like, oh, I think my breathing is bad. And I'm like, okay, well, let's have a listen. And then they sing and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're not running out of breath. You sound just fine. In contemporary singing, we don't use as much breath as we do in classical singing. In classical singing, your lung capacity, for example, is important, right? How much air can you get in so you can sustain all these super long phrases in classical songs? In contemporary singing, very rarely do we ever need to work on expanding our lung capacity so that we can get in enough breath to sustain long phrases. I'm not saying that you're never going to run out of air in contemporary music. And when I say contemporary music, I mean pop, rock, country, soul, funk, R&B, all of those. It's not like you're never gonna run out of breath, but it's not usually a lung capacity issue. It's more a vocal fold level issue where you're not getting enough core closure, so there's too much air leaking through your vocal folds, which makes you run out of breath. So it's not necessarily a lung capacity issue, it's more something at a vocal fold level that we need to look at. Or it could also be that you're not breathing in the right places. If you know there's a really long phrase coming up, you need to make sure that you have enough time somewhere before that long phrase to take a good enough breath to sustain you through that long phrase. So why one breath challenges? Are they helpful or not? Yes and no. Obviously they're fun to do and it doesn't hurt to work on your lung capacity and get in a really good breath and then try and sustain for as long as you can. But it also works on a vocal fold level, right? Because you're trying to sustain for as long as you possibly can. You're gonna try everything you can to not have any additional air leaking through your vocal folds. So it helps you with that as well. So now we shall do a one breath challenge. I picked the song Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers for this one breath challenge. You know that I know, and he just keeps going on forever and ever and ever. That part, but I changed the lyrics a little bit to switch it up and make it just a little bit more fun to do. So let's have a look at how the exercise goes.
I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow.
So this is just like the first quarter of the exercise, and we don't want to take a breath anywhere where I'm pausing here, but this is going to help you to actually learn the exercise, okay? So here with consonants like s and f, make sure that you're doing them as short as you can to not use too much breath, right? Steady and slow, flow. You're gonna run out of breath so quickly if you're saying these consonants so dominantly. So just relax there a little bit.
I know, I just gotta let go of the control.
Same thing here, but this phrase is not gonna use as much breath, hopefully. But again, we're about halfway through the exercise here without taking a breath anywhere. So just keep going strong.
Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined.
Almost done, just a little bit more, one more phrase, don't breathe.
How long can you go on and 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 on?
So with these on and on and on and on and on, just go for as long as you can. Not any longer than what I demonstrated, because then you're not gonna have enough time to take a breath before the next round because it modulates and it keeps going. But if you have to cut out earlier, that is totally fine. Just try and go for as long as you can. And remember, don't breathe anywhere in this entire exercise. It was really tricky for me to do this as well. So just be patient with yourself. You're gonna get this. It's gonna be fine. All right, let's try it and try and follow along the lyrics as much as you can here on the screen.
I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow. I know, I just gotta let go of the control. Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined. How long can you go on and 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 on? I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow, steady and slow. I know, I just gotta let go of the control, of the control. Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined. How long can you go on and 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 on? I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow, steady and slow. I know, I just gotta let go of the control, of the control. Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined. How long can you go on and 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 on? I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow, steady and slow. I know, I just gotta let go of the control, of the control. Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined. How long can you go on and
Just
on
go for as long as you can here. You need to have enough time to take a good breath. Here. Good.
I know, I just gotta let the air flow steady and slow, steady and slow. I know, I just gotta let go of the control, of the control. Oh, now you know and I know, so we all are in the know that there ain't no sunshine when the flow is not refined. How long can you go on and on and on and on?
All right, how did it go? I know I'm a little bit out of breath. This is a very hard exercise for me to do too. I never did much lung capacity kind of work. I was never classically trained. I had some musical theater training where one of my teachers was making me do some of those exercises. So I am not gonna lie, I am not the best at these one breath challenges. They're very, very, very difficult for me to do, but they're fun and they make my lungs burn. So if you are feeling a little bit of a burn in your lungs, totally fine. You're not gonna die. It's gonna be okay. Just keep practicing this and it's gonna get easier and easier and easier. What I noticed for myself is that this exercise is easier to do as I go up in pitch. In the lower notes, it's harder to do because the vocal folds are looser, so you're automatically going to use more air. When you're going up, your vocal folds are a little bit more high-strung, so you're going to use less air in the high notes, which is why one breath challenges are easier higher up than they are down in the low notes. And I already hear with this exercise in this short or like limited range, essentially, I'm already feeling a difference here too. So if you have felt a difference too, totally normal. I love creating these pop song exercises for you to help you improve your vocal technique and your vocal skills. I always say there's two aspects of singing. One is the artistry of singing and one is the technical skill. Both are very important and both are something that we focus on at my studio. If you need help with either of them, feel free to check out the description below to book a one-on-one session with me. I'd love to help you with your voice. Check out these videos next for some more vocal exercises, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you did indeed enjoy this exercise. Thank you so much for singing with me, and I'll see you in the next one.